To 108 Gate, Cancerians, I hope you are well. We are doing your February 2024 reading. Before we get straight into that, we're going to have 3 chimes of this heart chakra tuning fork. If you are not wanting to hear that, you can press mute, and then you'll know I'm getting into the reading when I come back and start moving the cards. For those of you who do want the tuning fork, here we go. So, there feels as though there's a tug. There's emotional tugs happening. There's emotional back and forth. Moving into a new space, wanting to move into a new way of being. It's almost like you're shedding your shell, so to speak. There's something around the old structure of things that needs your attention. It's like you want to change in a particular way. So enthusiasm. It may be that you've been thinking about this for quite a while. You just didn't quite know how to do it. You didn't quite know how to approach it. So now that you're getting some insight as to how to change things, your enthusiasm is increasing as you're seeing that the options are actually more valid and more plausible than you may have imagined initially. As you have more information coming in, now it's about the courage. So this is where you're going to be developing certain things, Cancerians. You're going to be wanting to explore certain aspects of yourself. You're going to be wanting to increase your perspective of certain things and understand certain aspects of yourself a lot deeper. So the courage that's required, it doesn't feel like it's accessible right now. It feels like it might actually be within your reach, but it's feeling to yourselves as though it's a little bit out of your reach. So it might be that you need to amplify that aspect of feeling courageous and just understanding that sometimes you can't just keep looking from the outside in. You're going to have to actually put your toe in. You're going to have to invest. So the Knight of Pentacles coming in, you're seeing something that's worth your while. You're seeing something that you're actually worth. You know you're valid for. You know you're worth for, that investment. So it's about taking that next step and actually becoming available for the opportunities, becoming available to receive the resources for the next steps. Wow. Okay. Cards blown out. Bear with me. Sorry. Okay, interesting. So you're becoming more and more aware of the opportunities that you may have just been pondering about, but then you're thinking to yourself, well, actually that one is not favourable for me because of this, this and this one is favourable for me. So when before you had all these options coming out in front of you, you've been going through your picking, sorting process. So there's some things now you actually feel you've either identified what you're going to be going ahead with, or you've started the process of going ahead in that very direction that you wanted to go with before. So it's feeling more and more tangible. Like I said, it's where the courage is not there for some of you yet. Make sure that you're trying to do the best you can to find that courage, to incentivize yourself. Like if you have been wanting to do this for quite a while, the chances of it happening if you don't make that initial step are 0. The chances of it happening if you start taking or thinking about how I'm going to take the next step, you increase your chances of it actually occurring. So through this process, you become aware of what does not suit you and what does suit you. So then you're better able to understand what to plant so that you can nurture it. This is really sweet energy. So the sunshine coming in, the sunshine glowing on the things that you're wanting to do, that's definitely feeling like the enthusiasm, like it's really feeling sweet and inviting. It's feeling very enthusiastic, so it's illuminating the enthusiasm. This enthusiasm is one way in which you can be increasing your courage. The other way of increasing your courage is to see the optimistic side of things. You may have gone through some struggles as you were letting go of some of these options here, but it's not to keep focused on this struggle. It's more to do with, I'm out of the struggle now. Now where do I go? I'm out of that situation now. Now where do I step forward? How do I step forward? Kind of having some gratitude of having come out of some situations that you may have been finding yourself stuck in. So you got the Queen of Wands here. Definitely feeling as though the feminine feeling of where do I go now, kind of looking, it looks very thoughtful, very contemplative of where you were putting your energy before, where you kind of stuck yourself into certain situations. But now that you're not around that, there's something coming up around there's something that you're regretting. There's something that you might feel like, I wish I'd have done this in a different way. I wish I'd have done that in a... Look at that. It happens a lot. I don't know why, but it is happening a lot. You also get the Knight of Cups. Coming forward, moving forward, making sure that you're being aware of where you put things. So there's something that's tugging on your emotions as you're investing forward and you're moving forward. The emotions are going to get kicked up. It's like the silt in the bottom of a pond or something like that. It's been settled for a while. There's nothing moving it, and then all these things that you're now getting rid of, and you're deciding where you're going to plant things. You have to move the particular things, you have to move your perspective, you have to move your emotional investment in a new direction. It's going to bring up a few things that weren't so easy for you to let go of, but the thing is, you have let go of them now and there's no turning back. So a part of your emotional evolution, or your emotional next steps is coming in with the awareness of you can't go back to where you were. So you've got the Page of Pentacles. You're now in the Knight of Pentacles space twice. Times two. Your investment now is not going to be from this, no rudeness intended. This felt like a small investment in comparison to where you're going next. So, but the emotional sadness around it is... there was something in there that was of value to you. There was of higher value to you, and it feels like you wish you'd honoured it a bit more than you had. You wish you had enjoyed it a little bit more than you had at the time, because you thought it was going to be ongoing. You didn't actually see that it was going to come to an end the way it did. You thought you'd be able to hold on to aspects of it, but the thing was, when you decided that I'm done with this, it actually was done with you also. So there is some kind of regret there, and I'm seeing the Three of Swords on that. So that there is some kind of feeling of when you stopped investing in a particular thing, a particular relationship, particular option, there was a bit of regret there. There was a bit of heartache, heartbreak there, but it's something that you can look back on with the fond memories. Look back on it and think about, well, where did I actually enjoy that? Where did I went into it for a reason. The actual initial reason I went into it, it must have been beneficial for me at that point. It must have been beneficial for me, and when I was in that frame of mind at the beginning of that process. It just means that sometimes the natural course of things, the organic course of things, mean that they evolve and then they outgrow certain things. You may have outgrown each other. It may be that a project only got so far and you were ready for the next steps, but that project kind of wanted to contain itself into a certain size or something like that. So you have moved on, you want to move on, and you are moving on. And this is coming in, the Three of Coins now, as some kind of investment of you learning a new trade, a new skill. You are investing not just in your tangible things, but you're investing in learning how to do things to another level. So it may be that the thing that you had to leave behind before was limiting and restricting you. So although you didn't want to leave it, although you you do miss it at times, you take that time, take that moment to just remember. This is where the courage is going to come in. Have the courage to remember that you're moving forward for a reason. You've had to move on for a reason, and it may be that it was beneficial for both sides, because the directions you were going in, they weren't compatible. So it had to be that you had to, it could be that you had to move to a new job, it could be that you had to move to a new premises, it could be that you had to move to a new relationship, whatever it is, new city, new country, whatever it was significant enough that it's there's a little bit of pining happening. And that's all well and good, because that is if you look at it as in, if you have something that's making you pine in the way you are pining, that it was good on some level, it was beneficial for some level. So to give yourself some compassionate understanding that you had put your time and effort into something that was beneficial, into something that was heartwarming, that was in a part of a process of your personal evolution, a part of the process from you to get from this position to that position, to go from Page of Coins to the make sure it's coins, Page of Coins to the Knight of Coins. And not only are the Knight of Coins, you're feeling like it's a bigger version of yourself, a larger version of yourself, a more confident version of yourself. So you're amplifying everything now. So yeah, it's good to, in hindsight, kind of miss things and know that it was a good thing, but at the same time understanding that you had to leave for a reason. It does feel like it was something, like I'm saying it and I felt it, but it's confirmed it now with the Lovers. It was quite an emotional investment. It was an emotional thing for you. It was something possibly you hadn't done before, or you hadn't explored before. So there's a lot of new aspects of yourself that you understood in this process. There's a lot of new spaces within yourself you explored in this process. And the thing is, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Magician now, there's a lot more you have to alchemize. There's a lot more you can have to build your next steps. There's a lot more to you. You've learned skills. You've learned. You've got a different set of wisdom, a different set of knowledge. You've expanded significantly. So Knight of Pentacles to Knight of Pentacles, like big Knight of Pentacles, is not just a matter of you being a replica of something. It's a matter of you learning from that, you absorbing that, integrating that, and becoming a greater version of yourself. So like I said, and I keep saying, for some reason it's really important for you to understand that yes, you may miss something, you may miss someone, but the pining is there because you had something good. It just simply means organically it's gone in a different direction now. Organically it's had to part ways, and it's had to go its way, you've had to go your way, whatever that may be. Like I'm saying, seeing here, she's looking up there and that one's looking this way, but you had to also leave, you had to go to a different direction. So see the benefit of it, see the blessings of it, and look at that. You're definitely going in the correct direction, Cancerians, and when you're doing this, you're going to see more and more of it, that this will become less painful, but it'll still kind of sting every so often, and just allowing it to remind you that the sting is from something good. The sting is there because you had something good. Doesn't mean you can't have something stronger. Doesn't mean you can't have something bigger. It just means you're going to have something different to that. So making sure that you don't fall into the trap of trying to find something that's replicating it. I'm finding that here, the replication of something. You can't copy and paste that, because whatever it was, if it was a job, a relationship, a place you lived in, you can't copy and paste it to something else. It's that process now of understanding that was then, and now you're going to have a different version of it. You can't have something the same, so it's kind of becoming more comfortable with something being new and going into a new space within. Not everything is going to be comfort zone because of familiarity, because otherwise you would have got stuck and you would have kept yourself stuck in a low vibe situation. So thank yourself for getting out of it, thank yourself for moving on, or thanking the other person for bringing it to an end, to an organic conclusion, because you don't want to be stuck in situations where you're not able to be your full self, your full potential. So yes, the sting is there, yes, the pining may be there, but you're moving on and understanding that not everything is going to be the same. It's not cut and paste. It's now, that was what it was, accept it for what it was, now for the new thing, and accept that for what it's going to bring you and give you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. It seems really sweet and beautiful. It seems quite majestic, shall I say. It seems majestic. So for anyone who wanted a personal reading, it's 108gate@gmail.com. I am going to be doing new playlists where we have different tuning forks for different periods of time, and I do have they're not machines, they're me for a particular reason. Now I'm a qualified hypnotherapist, it is part of the practice that I will be building up, and we're having longer guided meditations coming up soon. So if you like that kind of thing, hit the subscribe and the bell. It is going to take a little bit of time because it's just me, just one person with a lot going on. So I'm doing the best I can to get these things up and running. They're on a big whiteboard. There is a list of stuff to do, and I am doing it. It's just a matter of being patient. I'm sure you've got lots of other things to do in between too. So for those of you who are not wanting to hear the tuning fork, see you soon. We do have divine feminine, divine masculine daily readings, so you can subscribe for that too. Otherwise, we're going to go and do this now. So here we go. Heart chakra tuning fork. So for now, peace and love.